Oh, wow, how's life? Hey, it's a good one. Oh wait, hold on. Wow, what's up? What's been going on the internet? Hank Green video on the drones.
Good morning, John. A series of widely cited unidentified drones observed in the skies. Described as having blinking lights and a wingspan of about 6 feet. The drones fly in groups of 6 to 10 and are usually seen between 7 and 10 p.m. Law enforcement officials stated that the size and number of drones makes it unlikely that they are being operated by hobbyists. Other officials say that the drones do not appear to be malicious and are not violating laws, although they say the situation is very unnerving for our citizens. Over the last month, there have been thousands of sightings of objects like this. There are videos of oddly shaped objects in the sky. Government officials reported that the drones were invisible to radar, leading to speculation that they were somewhat advanced military technology. Congressman Jeff Van Drew reports that Iran has a mothership off the coast of New Jersey that could be the source. People started pointing high-powered lasers at the drones. Strange glowing areas of sky were...
Wait, is there anything new in this that we haven't already kind of figured out, or...
detected tons more strange lights were seen, some apparently just orbs, and possibly those orbs were interacting with the drones. Local agencies sent up their own drones to inspect the mysterious drones. Politicians from the local to the national level called for more transparency. I start getting text messages from friends showing me suspicious videos. The former governor of Maryland, Larry Hogan, on Twitter posts a video of strange lights in the sky. The internet discourse is all over the place. This might be aliens or a deep state conspiracy to take the presidency away from Donald Trump, or an intentional distraction from the frustration with the healthcare industry and the murder of Brian Thompson. The government vows to figure out what the heck is going on and sends drone spotting radar to New Jersey. Something very interesting and extremely important is going on. So let's start with the first sightings. I, of course, do not know what they were. I am confident in saying that I don't know what they were, but I'm also much less confident than most people seem to be that they were at all weird. So one of the weirdest things reported about the drones is that they could...
How do you think mass hysteria like this starts? It's pretty obvious that it's probably a combo of manned airplanes, Starlink, hoaxes, etc. But it seems like everyone is now looking up, leading to more sightings, which causes a feedback loop. What do you mean? How do we stop mass hysteria like this? This mass hysteria is what we've been feeling for the last like 4 years. There's nothing unique about this. I've said this and I'll say it over and over again. Every single thing now will be a conspiracy until we civil war or the country explodes or MAGA goes to another country or something. Like this is where we live now.
not be spotted by radar, and this makes them sound very fancy and mysterious, but drones can't be spotted by radar usually because they fly too low and are too small to distinguish from birds. This does make them kind of a pain in the butt because if you spot a drone in an area, you might not be able to like land an emergency helicopter because you know the drone is there, but you don't know exactly where it is, and helicopter rotors hitting drones is very bad. The other weird thing about the drones is that they are very big. And this is reported widely as a fact, and I'm not sure why. Human brains detect the size of an object in a bunch of different ingenious ways. The first one is the one we mostly think about. You look at the size of it and how much like actual space it takes up in your visual field, and then you combine that with how far away that image is. And your brain can actually figure out how far away something is by combining information from each eye.
How do you think China or Russia would react to a US civil war? And not that they're like super prescient or whatever, but probably it's like the whole fucking founding fathers meme, right? The idea is if you have a lot of division inside of your country, then foreign adversaries would look to capitalize on that to back one side and then pit it against the other, and then utilize that to become allied with whatever future thing emerges, right? So I imagine the conservative type people you'd see like being backed by, I would imagine, people like Russia. I don't know if there'd be a backing for the liberal side. I don't even know if Europe would get involved in that, but that's like way super hypothetical stuff.
Which gives you what's called depth perception. So if you have two eyes, you can kind of figure out how far away.
Do you worry about actual bad actors using the cover of fake Hysteria to do genuinely bad things? Do I worry about it? No, because it's already happened. That's already happening. We're already past that point. Those things have already happened.
Way stuff is. But depth perception only works to about 18 feet away from the observer. Beyond that, the two images are basically the same, and our brains can't distinguish it anymore. But the tools do not end there. If the thing is the shape of a squirrel, your brain has no problem thinking, well, that thing is probably the size of the squirrel. But if the squirrel is standing next to an acorn that is the same size as the squirrel...
Wait. I'm just curious. When you see a picture like this, does it look like there's a huge acorn, or does it look like there's a tiny squirrel? There you go. I'm just curious. Okay, I'll see a huge acorn. All right.
Our brains then have to choose between that must be a very big nut or that must be a very small squirrel. And it would conclude that's a big nut because nut-sized squirrels are a lot less likely than squirrel-sized nuts. But with objects in the sky, this is much harder. First, unless we are familiar with the exact thing in question, it's hard to judge the size when it's more than 20 feet away and there's nothing to compare it to. And our brains might try to compare it with objects in the distance, like buildings, which might make it seem very large, like how the moon seems big when it's next to a mountain, but quite small when it's all alone in the sky. It is a known optical illusion. This video here is a pretty good example. There are two drones flying here, and there's a plane that flies between them. Now, there's no way to know for sure how close those drones are to the observer and how far away the plane is. The person recording the video clearly thinks that they're about the same distance away from her, and that the plane is flying between the drones, but there's no way to know that information, and to my eye, the plane is clearly much farther away. If the plane and the drones were the same distance away, those drones would be very big. And there is no way for a person to know which case you are in. And this all gets especially tricky at nighttime when you're looking at a collection of points of light rather than an object that has some shape and space to it. Now look, I'm not saying that these drones weren't the size of SUVs. Absolutely, maybe they were. But the news has reported this as reports of car-sized drones. And there is plenty of evidence for reports of car-sized drones, but I haven't found any evidence of car-sized drones. And before I looked into this, I had heard reports of car-sized drones so much, I assumed car-sized drones were a thing that we were
I did for a while too. I don't know, maybe there's like new huge drone models or whatever.
dealing with. I totally assumed it was true, and if I lived in New Jersey, you better believe I'd be spending a lot more time looking up than I usually do. Earlier in this video, I said the sentence, over the next month, sightings of these objects has spread. And a very normal way to interpret that sentence is, over the next month, there were more of these objects. But that's not what I said. I said that sightings of these objects has spread, and that is definitely true. Now, if you assume that there's something very weird going on, then it would be normal for the weirdness to be geographically centered. Maybe there's an Iranian mothership. Maybe there's a weird military test going on. Maybe the aliens have arrived and are like set up under the water off the coast of New Jersey. But if you assume that more people looking up is going to result in more people being confused about things in the sky, and if they have been given prior information to expect large drones, then in the absence of reference objects or depth perception data, they are going to be more likely to interpret what they see as large drones, and that would also be geographically centered. People who live in the areas where large drones have been reported are going to be looking up more often, and some of those people are going to report large drones. When we are primed to see a certain thing, we are more likely to see it. This has been studied
No
in a
way.
million ways. My favorite dumb way is asking people to identify a loaf of bread, and when you see it in a kitchen, people are like, that's a loaf of bread. But when you put it like in a barn, people take forever to figure out what it is. In another study, people were shown a flash of a threatening face, and they were then more likely to report that a neutral face was scary. Now, we do know that many of the objects in the sky reported to be large drones are definitely not large drones. This video that a friend sent to me, worried about what might be happening, is a sped up video of airplanes coming into land in New Jersey. Our brains aren't good at processing information like this. Single dots sped up over timescales, moving at different angles to each other and different distances away from the observer. That's not what we were built for. This video of something in the sky being trailed by something is also a weird one. Like, I get why that looks strange. It looks strange. The person recording this video is talking and assumes that it's a drone, though it is very clearly a plane. And once you know that, it makes it more clear that the line behind it is just a strangely oriented water condensation trail left by the heat of the jet engines. And the lights Larry Hogan saw and tweeted, turns out, and this is a little bit embarrassing, they were stars. But this is the kind of thing that happens when people are confused and worried and looking at the sky when they usually don't look at the sky, and they're primed to be expecting something strange. And here's the thing, elected leaders saying there's nothing going on here, you're just imagining it, is the wrong thing to do. Both because no one is sure 100% what the original drones were, or if they are something to be concerned about, and also because people do not react well to being told they're wrong, especially by people who are supposed to represent their interests. That feels really bad. And so, making all of this weirder is that police and maybe other agencies have been sending...
Do you think education is the solution, or are we just doomed? No, conspiracy operates on a different level, or it's in a different, not paradigm, in a different, I don't know how to say it. There's like the part of your brain that increases you being intelligent and related to like education, there's a different part of your brain, I think, that has to do with your interpretation of things in the world. Because there are people that are more educated than any of us, or most of us. Actually, well, some of you guys are super PhDs or whatever, that are more educated than most of us will ever be, who are some of the most conspiratorial, crazy people ever. That, I always forget his name. Fuck, James Lindsay. This guy was a full math PhD, right? Why the fuck why would you ever think I would ever want to search over here? Full math PhD. That Eric Weinstein dude. God, this guy believes in so much insanely crazy, stupid shit. Master's and a PhD at Harvard in, was it in like a physics-related thing? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh yeah, mathematical physics. Ben Carson was one of like the world's, I think, like more impressive neurosurgeons. This guy's his brother, Brett Weinstein. I think he was PhD'd in like virology or something, right? And doesn't believe in vaccines anymore. No, I'm so sorry. Evolutionary biology. So a little bit more tangential, but still like smart enough to know. I just think that it's hard to say that like, oh, education is like, that's the solution. Like, I don't know, were the people of Nazi Germany like exceptionally uneducated? Were the people in fascist Italy exceptionally uneducated? Were the Japanese prior to World War II, I don't know, maybe they were exceptionally uneducated? It just seems like, I don't know. It feels like there's something else at work when we talk about what's going on, I think, with some people.
Up big drum.
Maybe I think maybe education is like a protective factor, but it's not preclusive. It's not like it's not 100% effective, I guess.
drones to figure out what the other drones are. And those big drones are then spotted and posted online because there's no easy way to know if you're looking at a big drone that's somehow illicit or a big drone that is hunting for the illicit drones. And then there's also like non-drone stuff. As people have been looking up, they're seeing things that are very weird, but definitely aren't drones. These orbs, for example, we've been looking at these for a long time. When a point of light is out of focus, it does not just look blurry, it creates a particular shape. These are wonderfully called circles of confusion, which is not actually about being confused when you see them in the sky, it's about a different thing. But they're often just also called blur spots. You combine that with wiggles caused by slight temperature differences in the atmosphere.
That's clearly a spirit bomb.
And imperfections or dirt or oil on the lens, and this is exactly what you get. This is a very well-known phenomenon, so most of those reports haven't been taken seriously, but it's the kind of thing that happens when more people are pointing their cameras to the sky and zooming in on things that are beyond the abilities of their phones to zoom in on. And then to continue the cycle, shortly after something like this begins, there will be intentional hoaxes. This video was being taken credulously on TikTok, but it was posted on the same account that posted this very similar video that I think we can all agree is fake. That creates...
Like, look, right there. He's engaging he's engaging in conspiratorial thought without even like realizing it, just because he already agrees with the conclusion, right? Why would you automatically write these off as not being real? Like, how would he even know that? He didn't even take the time to analyze them. It was like 10 seconds and he debunks 2 videos by saying obviously fake. Like, he's basically doing the same thing Trump is.
Intentional hoaxes. This video was being taken credulously on TikTok, but it was posted on the same account that posted this very similar video that I think we can all agree is fake. That creates further desire to look up into the sky and further confusion when people see things that aren't immediately identifiable, which is more likely when the government is trying to take concerns seriously, so they're saying, we're taking your concerns seriously on the news, which sounds a lot like, this is serious, even though those are definitely not the same things. But then they're proving they're serious by sending drones up into the sky, and then people point lasers at the drones, causing the clouds to glow. It's a mess. We're in a mess. I kind of can't believe no one is saying this. But we already know that it's bad politics to tell people that it's probably nothing and they're just seeing things.
Yeah, like you have like, what, it was like Schumer and Pelosi, and like, it wasn't like, it feels like all the big politicians were on this too. Like, we need answers from the government, right? Like, what? Like, would you, I think, didn't I ask a guy on, I told that guy on Piers, didn't I ask him, if the government came out and said it was nothing, would you even believe them? Did he ever answer that question, or did Piers save him?
But it's also important to note that it's good politics to be loudly and vocally concerned, to place yourself in opposition to the powerful people trying to hide stuff. And, of course, to take the concerns of your citizens seriously. Even if your advisors are telling you that this is probably nothing but a social contagion caused by fear and confusion and the primordial human urge to be concerned about objects in the sky, the right thing to do is to call on the federal government to give you a drone detection system. And the right thing for the federal government to do is to give you a drone detection system, which makes it all seem like it's quite a big deal, because why would the federal government be sending New Jersey a drone detection system if it weren't a big deal? I think some of these politicians should probably be a bit ashamed of themselves. The guy who said that there was an Iranian mothership off the coast of New Jersey did at least walk that back, and I hope that it damages his credibility at least a bit. But there just is simply no drawback to going on the news and saying, we don't know what's going on, we need the feds to give us drone spotting radar. And then that makes people more concerned and more primed to see small drones as big ones and anything else as something very weird. Now, there's some of you out there thinking right now, Hank, I do not understand how you think you know that there's nothing weird going on here. And let me tell you 2 things. First, I don't know that nothing weird is going on. Perhaps there is some kind of secret government project going on that...
DHS, FBI, FAA, and DOD joint statement on ongoing, this is for like 5 days ago, on ongoing response to reported drone sightings. There are more than 1 million drones lawfully registered with the FAA in the United States, and there are thousands of commercial, hobbyist, and law enforcement drones lawfully in the sky on any given day. With the technology landscape evolving, we expect that number to increase over time. The FBI has received tips of more than 5,000 reported drone sightings in the last few weeks, with approximately 100 leads generated. And the federal government is supporting state and local officials in investigating these reports. Consistent with each of our unique missions and authorities, we are quickly working to prioritize and follow these leads. We have sent advanced detection technology to the region, and we have sent trained visual observers. I don't know if I'm like playing too much into like movie memes, but who did we watch? Oh fuck, I can't remember it. We were watching a YouTube thing and some guy was like, the United States government knows what it is. They can look in your garage or something like that. I would be shocked if the US government didn't have a way to monitor like basically all of the continental US airspace such that these things are actually wholly and completely unknown. I would be, it was Trump that said, okay, sorry, I mixed him up with other fucking retarded conspiracy dipshit, because they're all the same. But yeah, that's probably true. I would be shocked if there were like so many unidentified flying things that the US government was just like totally, oh God, we have no clue. That would be crazy to me. But having closely examined the technical data and tips from concerned citizens, we assess that the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and stars mistakenly reported as drones. We have not identified anything anomalous and do not assess the activity to date to present a national security or public safety risk over the civilian airspace in New Jersey or other states in the Northeast. That said, we recognize concern among many communities. We continue to support state and local authorities with advanced detection technology and support of law enforcement. We urge Congress to enact counter-UAS legislation when it reconvenes that would extend and expand existing counter-drone authorities to identify and mitigate any threat that may emerge. Additionally, there have been a limited number of visual sightings of drones over military facilities in New Jersey and elsewhere, including within restricted airspace. Such sightings near or over DoD installations are not new. The DoD takes unauthorized access over its airspace seriously and coordinates closely with federal, state, and local law enforcement authorities as appropriate. Local commanders are actively engaged to ensure there are appropriate detection and mitigation measures in place. Yeah, that too, I would imagine, yeah. I feel like this is just going to be another thing that just comes and goes, and people are going to reference it in the future like it was aliens, and then, yeah, I don't know.
Kicked all of this off, and we're never going to know about it because, of course, I am certain, as are you, that our government is experimenting with drones that we do not know about. I would expect them, if they wanted to keep it a secret, to do those tests in areas of the world that are less populated than the most populous area of the whole country, but you never know. I don't know, but I do know a bunch of things. First, these objects are most likely to be spotted between dusk and 11 p.m., which overlaps very tightly with when people are both awake and it is dark outside. And that makes it much easier to mistake a plane for a drone or a small drone for a large drone. I also know that these objects are all using FAA-regulated lighting, which makes them very visible when, if they simply turned those lights off, no one would have ever known that they were there.
Then how would the drone see and not run into birds? This is why people who aren't experienced in drone operations shouldn't speak about it, okay?
That makes me feel...
How often do you clean your inner belly button? You should clean your belly button every time you take a shower. What the fuck?
Like it's a lot less likely this is anything nefarious. And the third thing I know is that we have a very long history of seeing things in the sky that freak us out, and then they turn out to be nothing out of the ordinary. And one last thing I know, something that I don't think anybody else knows. The introduction to this video was plagiarized from a Wikipedia page, and the title of that page is 2019 to 2020 Colorado Drone Sightings. Good morning, John.
Nice.
A series of widely sighted, unidentified drones observed in the skies. Described as having blinking lights and a wingspan of about 6 feet. The drones fly in groups of 6 to 10 and are usually seen between 7 and 10 p.m. Law enforcement officials stated that the size and number of drones makes it unlikely that they are being operated by hobbyists. Other officials say that the drones do not appear to be malicious and are not violating laws, although they say the situation is very unnerving for our citizens. At the end of that month, Vice published an article titled "The Colorado Mystery Drones Weren't Real," outlining that upon investigation, almost all of the sightings were easily explained as either commercial aircraft or stars or planets or small recreational drones. And it is interesting to me that these two incidents both happened around Christmas time. Possibly parents are buying drones for their kids and they want to fly them at night when their kids have gone to sleep to make sure they know how they work before Christmas morning. And possibly the parents are also kind of enjoying having fun with the drones. People often ask me why I am so skeptical that there are aliens. And first, I'm not. There are definitely aliens. It is a very large universe. I just haven't seen any compelling evidence that aliens are here. For some reason, aliens always exist in ways that are unfalsifiable. Either they are covered up by the government or they're able to turn invisible at any moment. There's never a way to prove that the alien isn't there. And when aliens exist in ways that can be disproven, we keep disproving them. What happens, especially with the alien stuff, is something that we can't immediately explain occurs, and in the space where I don't know should live, people will put aliens. Possibly because we're just so uncomfortable with the idea of I don't know. But here's one thing that I have learned. It is always a mistake to think that I don't know is a good reason to believe I do know. And if you didn't understand that sentence, let me explain it with something that is encoded into the language of aliens. We used to call objects in the sky that we could not identify unidentified flying objects because they were unidentified. We didn't know. But so many people leapt from I don't know to I do know that UFO quickly stopped meaning a thing that I can't immediately identify and became a word for aliens. They literally filled in I don't know with I do know. Unidentified means aliens. People send me weird videos on the internet and I try to help them understand their world better. That's like one of my jobs, and I love that part of my job. It's fun. And whenever I see something like this, whether it's showing a second sun in the sky or a weird sparkly tumbling cloud, I have a tool that works super well. When I don't know what it is, I start by saying
By going to ground news, check out my...
to myself, I don't know what that is, but it's definitely a physical phenomenon. And then maybe I figure out that the sun was reflected in a double pane of glass, or a piece of foam from a foam party got picked up by the wind. And sometimes I don't figure it out. And in those situations, I live with I don't know, because I do know that there is an answer, I just don't know what it is. And if we answer I don't know with something that could answer any question the way that aliens can, then we stop searching and we'll never find any new knowledge. I don't know what the first things that kicked all of this off were. I don't know if they were big or weird or top secret or just hobbyists with weird drones, or even just normal drones that looked big for some reasons. But I do know a bunch of stuff. I know how hard it is to hear there are reports of car-sized drones and not discard the word reports and instead just hear there are car-sized drones. And I know how priming works and how social contagions are often geographical and that politicians have incentives to get on the news and that the government has incentives to listen to its citizens and that people are fascinated with the sky. And I know that it is very easy to think I don't know is a good reason to believe something is being hidden from us rather than we don't have a lot of information here is probably nothing that interesting. But if it wasn't interesting, then why is the government so concerned? We're people. All of us. Larry Hogan's a person. Jeff Van Whatever's a person. You're a person. I'm a person. We live on a planet in space. We have drones and airplanes and cell phone cameras and mass media and Twitter and TikTok, and it's weird and it's amazing. And it can be hard to make it all work in a world this strange with 8 billion of us trying to make it work together. In part because there's just so much to know. But here's the thing. We only know any of that because we let I don't know exist for a while as we try to figure stuff out. John, I'll see you on Tuesday. If you like this video and you think I did a good job, I've got a store that donates all of its profit to charity, and you can still get gift cards to give to your friends and family and loved ones during this holiday season. And right now, you can get 10% off any gift card with the coupon code STRANGECLOUD. That's the coupon code STRANGECLOUD at good.store.
Here you go. Check out, these guys are cool. I think the shirt, the flannel's nice. Yeah, flannel is nice. I flannel pants. I got flannel pants too. We're all flanneled out. I don't like the blue undershirt though. I should have worn a different color. I need a white one. How triggered am I going to be from this jank video? What is this? Hold on. Short one.
Drones up in the sky as of right now in New Jersey and stuff, in Texas, everywhere. Like, y'all don't gotta be afraid. Them are man-made drones. And we're doing the launching or whatever. Now, what you do have to be concerned of, my bad, my eye, but it's the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that. That's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us.
Definitely sounds like a credible source.
I know he gonna see this. And don't try that.
XQC reacts to Kai Cenat telling him he's ready to go band for band with him. I got Amp's entire net worth in one USB stick and some tape deposit box somewhere. What is Amp? I don't even know what that means. Isn't that like the mobile link that Google uses that people get triggered by?
Watch flexing shit with me. Please. Because we can do whatever you want to do. Watch for watch, house for...
Oh.
Amp is the rap group that Kai is a part of. Is Kai a rapper?
Oh no.
Oh, are we gonna do a flex off? Why? Oh no, why?
Oh no.
It's not a rap group. Who said rap group? It's their collective. Okay.
Brother, you do not do brother. Come on. You did not want to go band for band. We're not going there.
House M for M, I'm with it.
We're not.
You can't do that with me. So don't try to do some. No, I'll fill up my whole arm, and I'm very humble, gang. You feel me? Like, I hate when niggas do that, gang. It's like, bro, I be too. Even my people around me be telling me.
Both hands in the air. Both hands in the air, brother. I got.
I'm very humble. I mean, I'm totally honest. I don't watch like basically any of Kai's shit. I don't watch anybody's stuff. I mean, he's not like a huge flexer, is he? I don't think I've ever heard of Kai doing stuff like that. I feel like I would have seen clips if he was like a big like wealth flexer. But I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I
got AMP's entire net worth on a one USB.
If you had to guess who is the richer between the two, I think the answer is like, it's like the boring, like fully economic answer. They're probably members of a very similar class of ultra wealthy people. And in this case, I think XQC is wealthier, but it's just because he's older. It's usually how it works in life, right? I think that, because how long has X been like a really big streamer? Like 4+ years, right? Fuck, dude, my sense of time is COVID just destroyed it. Kai's only been in the game for a couple years. But I think that Kai probably has a higher like ceiling or a higher upside. Like he'll probably make more throughout his career. His content is just way more appealing to like a wider audience, basically.
Stick in some safety deposit box somewhere, okay, buddy? We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
Like, yo, Kai, you be too chill, but it's like, damn, it's like every time a nigga just wanna push my buttons, bro. And it's like, bro, we be chilling, gang.
The whole problem started because X said that Kai had stale content and said that content is just getting celebs to show up to a stream. I mean, like, is that true? I feel like, I could be wrong. Remember, I don't watch these people. But I feel like Aiden's problem ended up being that it would just be like celebs showing up to the stream and doing nothing. But I feel like Kai was able to take that just from the clips I've seen and like interact with the celebrities in like a way more like interactive way. Like it was more of like an experience. Fuck, I don't want to fight with anybody. I feel like, oh, X said it was banter. Oh, okay, then it's just banter. Never mind then. Okay, all right. Let's say he got 7,100 mil from his Kick contract in Bitcoin in 2023. Price of Bitcoin was at 25 to 30K at that time. Kick pays many streamers in Bitcoin. This is known. Is it? Is that a known thing? I've never heard of that before. Or I mean, or maybe other, I don't know. Okay. I never got paid in Bitcoin. Current Bitcoin value, that would give him a USB stick worth 250 to 500 mil. And that's only the Kick contract. Assuming that he got this whole payout bet.
Said he wasn't going to pardon Hunter Biden. He said that'd be a breach of presidential decorum or whatever the hell.
Have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
And now he's pardoning him. I love these politicians, man. They're great. I mean, I don't really give a shit, though. Hunter Biden, what do you really do? Smoke some crack? Fuck some hookers?
Okay.
Big deal. That used to be cool shit. Remember the 80s? When did we cede the culture war on the moral front to the prudes of fundamentalist Christianity? Now we gotta wring our hands about some dude having a fucking good time? Fuck that. I mean, I don't even remember. What the hell was he even in jail for? Gun charge? Bunch of Republicans acting like they care about...
It's so funny that, like, in another world, Hunter is like the fucking libertarian spirit animal. Hunter Biden? What did he do? Smoke crack? Fuck bitches. What the fuck? And they sent him to jail? What did he go to jail for? Because he said fuck taxes and fuck gun laws. Hell, that's the libertarian dream right there. That's the libertarian dream.
Guns all of a sudden? Oh no, he used a gun irresponsibly. That's your base, dumbass. Why are you pulling that thread?
Guns and drugs at the same time? And hookers? Guns, drugs, and hookers? This is like if Ocarina of Time was made by Ron Paul, that's the Triforce, okay?
I say pardon him. I don't give a shit. Is it corruption? Yeah. But everything in this country is corruption. America's a scam. Who gives a shit? Who gives a rat's ass? Who gives a fuck?
Not good. Be more positive. Okay, hold on. A few more. And then the jank thing. One sec. Massive drone spotted off Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and another near Bedminster. I feel like like people have never seen like an airplane before. Like, yeah, when they come from weird angles, it looks strange. And the chemtrails, or they're not I can't even believe I called it chemtrails. The exhaust can look weird, but it's not a fucking drone. Like, I don't understand how people have never seen things in the fucking sky before. Yeah, and they make weird noises sometimes when they pass over you. And sometimes they eat people. Jesus.
For Diddy.
Absolutely.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
well, I
don't
think
know.
he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Bro, this interview is so crazy. Oh. I need a more positive direction, guys. We need a more positive direction.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because it's a lot of phony.
The other day, a reporter asked you about Ghislaine Maxwell. You said, quote, "I just wish her well, frankly." President Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested on allegations of child sex trafficking. Why would you wish such a person well?
I don't know that. I do know that.
She has. She's been arrested, huh?
Yeah, I wish you well. I wish you well. I'd wish a lot of people. Working for Diddy.
Jump into windshield. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do. Do you want to try and jump over the car? You probably get the least amount of damage trying to jump over the car, actually. Like, you're not gonna make it all the way unless you are actually like trained and had trained for it or whatever. But you know, at worst, maybe it just hits your legs and makes you spin, and your legs can recover because you don't really have organs there, right? You'll make a spin, you'll take a beating, but I would probably just jump, like try to jump.
I mean, it's not that hard, right?
iShowSpeed did something so crazy. Speed said it was fake, but Speed, this is
just jump over it.
Speed surprised everyone. This is because he didn't jump over just one car, but two speeding cars. The first car was his famous Ronaldo-wrapped Lamborghini, and straight after came a McLaren jumping over them immediately after the other. And when he did this, he just had to do Ronaldo's famous Sui celebration.
Why didn't they actually show him jumping over the car? I think the day that I lost hope, guys, I think the day that really killed me was just, it was when somebody pointed out that Elon Jump was supposed to be in the shape of an X. I think that was the final straw for me. I think that's when I was like, oh no. What?
Chank, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for that warm welcome. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
So Chank, the spirit of inviting you.
It is Jank, I believe. I asked him like 20 times, I think, in real life. How do you actually pronounce it? Because everybody is like Jank. It's Jank. But we can call him Chank. Maybe he lets the conservatives say it in a way that makes them happy. Oh, America first. Turning point USA. Oh boy. Let me get a, hold on.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
So Chank, the spirit of inviting you is that there's some confusion of these divides of right versus left, populist versus corporatist. I guess a good opening would be, as a man in the progressive movement, as one of the leaders of the progressive movement, what do you make of this last year, the state of the Democrat Party, and kind of American politics from the more progressive left perspective?
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm proud to represent the left flank of the populist movement, and I think we need both flanks, so I'm happy to have this conversation. In terms of what has gone wrong in the Democratic Party, it's the same thing that went wrong in the Republican Party, but I do have to give you guys credit for a revolution well done. And what I mean by that is not a revolution against the Democratic Party or the left or the country, but a revolution against the establishment. So I knew you guys were for real in fighting against the establishment when I started going on right-wing shows and I would say something negative about Mitch McConnell. And when I did that in the past, what I would get back is, oh, no, Mitch McConnell's great. Pelosi's terrible, but Mitch McConnell's great.
Let's do that here. What do you guys think of Mitch McConnell?
All right. Yes, I love that. So look, for my left-wing friends that are watching out there, they just booed Mitch McConnell. That's a great thing, okay? And
just to be clear, the reason why they booed Mitch McConnell is because Mitch McConnell wouldn't go full fascist support of Trump. That's why they're booing McConnell, but okay.
Let's do one more. What do you guys think about Dick Cheney?
Wow.
My left-wing friends out there, we have been waiting for the right-wing populists to boo Mitch McConnell and Dick Cheney our whole lives. Take the win. Take the win. Now, what we need to do in the Democratic Party is we need to do likewise. We need to have a revolt against the Joe Bidens, the Kamala Harrises, and the Nancy Pelosi's. And the Hillary Clintons, and now all of a sudden the Dick Cheneys.
Are you really defending McConnell and Cheney? It's not about defending McConnell and Cheney. It's that if I had to choose between two dangerous medical treatments and I was leaning towards one versus the other and some guy showed up who was telling me not to consider the other one because he's a Mormon or he's like opposed to blood transfusion or something, I don't know. It's the reasoning is important. These guys don't oppose. There is no principled reason why these guys oppose any of these people, as you have to keep in mind. Like, Donald Trump has already said he's going to continue to supply weapons to Ukraine, right? He said he's going to back Israel in whatever way they need possible, right? So all of these Republicans that were like, oh, anti-war, no wars, no... Wait, what happened to that? So if you might think that they're on your side, but they're not on your side. We're emoting something, right? It's not like a genuine opposition to war, because if Trump... Like, if we got 9/11 right now... Bro, we would be like Iraq war on steroids. Holy fuck. I don't know how many countries we'd go to war with. Jesus.
What are they doing on our side? Are you guys nuts? Right?
I have to interject. When all of a sudden Kamala Harris is doing the Liz Cheney thing, I said, does she want to lose? I mean...
What's amazing is I said the same thing. Look, Dick Cheney polls at 13%. What lunatic thought it was a good idea to wrap yourself around Dick Cheney? I mean...
Like... And I might have missed it. With this, like, wrapped around Dick Cheney, how many appearances did Kamala even make with him? Was it more than one? Was it even one? Like, I feel like this is like a one-day thing. Was it any? They said 0? But were they ever even... Wait, not... Or yeah, wait, were they... The tour was with Liz... Wait, did Kamala Harris and Dick Cheney ever appear on stage together once ever? She appeared with Liz, and then Dick endorsed her. She was on her... Okay, so, like, what is this wrapped around Dick Cheney thing?
Dick thought it was a good idea to wrap yourself around Dick Cheney. I mean, when we started the Young Turks 22 years ago, longest running show in internet history, first ever YouTube partner with original YouTube...
True, Goldie McGoldfish. True. That's what he should ask them. Yeah, you guys all hate these horrible people like McConnell and like Dick Cheney. True. And we all love like the populists, the people that represent people like AOC, right? He would never bring it up, though. And you know what? Goldie McGoldfish, you're absolutely fucking right, because that's intentional. Because he knows who AOC is. Pretty sure the Justice Dems, she was one of the first candidates that his org, him and Kyle Kulinski, right, when they made this, that he backed. So he knows that she's irrelevant. He knows, obviously, right? And he's intentionally not bringing her up because he knows this fucking audience would boo.
YouTubers are one of the driving forces was get Dick Cheney out of office, right? And now for Kamala Harris to come full circle and say, oh, I've got 90 corporate CEOs backing me, and I've got all these executives on my side, and I've got Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney on my side, it was so counterproductive. It's not what the left wing stands for. It's not what the Democratic Party should be about. So the problem is the establishment. They are controlled by the donor class, and mainstream media is their marketing arm. Do
you know what happened to the Young Turks? Why do they get so little views nowadays? They probably had a bit of a first mover advantage, and then I don't know how much their political views have evolved over time. But I also don't know if I would say they get little views. I think they still do okay. They're just not like the dominating force. Fuck. I don't know if this includes shorts or not. If this doesn't include shorts, these are really good views. But I mean, like, these guys are old players in the field. I say that respectfully. To survive in any kind of online content creation stuff for a long period of time is impressive, I would say.
Do not do news. They do propaganda.
We ever get to talk with Chank again, or is he avoiding you now? I think that probably for the next year or two, the debate space is going to be very sparse to non-existent because, I mean, conservatives have, at least for the short term, validated their info model. So it's probably going to be when midterms come, if they do poorly in midterms, which I think will happen. I'm doing that in a very like TA transactional analysis kind of way, because usually the incumbent party loses seats. So like if they do poorly in the midterms, then they might pivot back to, oh, we should, maybe we should be more open to talking to other people again. But right now, probably not.
Class.
Hold on. Okay.
And mainstream media is their marketing arm, not what the Democratic Party should be about. So the problem is the establishment. They are controlled by the donor class, and mainstream media is their marketing arm. They do not do news. They do
the donor class and the marketing arm. So could donor class, does Elon Musk count as part of the donor class? And does marketing count as one of the largest social media platforms for news like X? Or do you think the idea of the establishment holds any meaning at all? It seems like a catch-all term for any politician who isn't for exactly what the person saying it wants. They're just always easy to blame, like the bureaucracy. Man, what did I see earlier? Oh, fuck it, why not? So everybody's making everybody mad anyway, so I don't give a fuck. I wonder if I can find this in my subreddit. I saved a post too. People emote. That's my obsessive word this month, okay? Emotivism. People just emote things. They say things, but what they actually mean is kind of like up to interpretation. Like, what do they actually mean? Why is it that when I save posts on my Reddit profile, why can I not see them later? I feel like I saved so many posts that I want to like go over on stream and they never show up on my, is there like a different place to see saved posts? Is it on my phone? Hold on. You have to click the save tab. I do. It's overview, post, comments, and then saved. But none of the shit that I ever saved seems to show up there. I don't know why. Click saved. No, it doesn't. Okay. Bookmark shit? On my Reddit app? Ah, fuck. The comments on LSF around healthcare have been legitimately insane to read. There were two that I wanted to go over, actually. I thought it was really funny. Are you sure it's the same account? Actually, no, I'm not. Yeah, it is. Neo Destiny. Fuck, what was this post on Reddit? It was a guy with a thyroid eye issue. No. Fuck, does that sound right? Thyroid eye. Thyroid? What am I thinking of? Somebody saw this. When? It was today. It was a Today post. Can you not see it here? Replacement? No, it's not. I just checked on my phone. It's not even sitting on my phone. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, no, wait. It is on the old Reddit. Wait, why? What? But it wasn't even on my phone. Like, what? Who is even... Oh, the Reddit post is deleted. Wait, why did he do... Oh, maybe that's why. Fuck, what was the name? What was the deleted Reddit URL? Is it just with a C? Or does that website not work anymore? I'm gonna get triggered. C, deleted Reddit post. I swear to God, there was just like a website we could type in like deleted Reddit posts. I noticed that the less I pay attention to politics, the less doomer I become. But when I watch you, I get killer points to destroy my family's regarded pro-Russia beliefs. Yeah, we've been on a doomer arc, okay? It'll turn over soon, okay? Is it remove Reddit? The API blocks it all now? Maybe I can see it in the guy's post history? It's been removed by the moderators. Okay, well, fuck me. Wait, this worked for me recently. Hold on. This site, wait, what do I do? Display removed by the mods and deleted by users, comments on PCs. Push Control-Shift-B to view the bookmarks bar and then drag this bookmarklet to the bar and click it when viewing a Reddit post. Okay, and then... Oh my God. You're a god. What was the gist of the post? Well, I don't want to give you the gist of the post. I just want to give you the posts. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be something complaining about, I guess like insurance or something, right? Just found out that I need medication for an eye disease that costs $400,000. Damn, this guy's fucked. Okay. So the post says, so I just found out that I have thyroid eye disease and there is only one treatment and it apparently costs $400,000. I never thought I'd need medication that costs as much as a house. The medicine is called Tepeza, and apparently I could be trading hearing for vision as the medicine can cause hearing loss. I just needed to vent. I doubt my insurance will pay, but I do have the VA to lean on, but shit like this is why Luigi. Okay. And then you go through the post and people are saying like, hey, DM me, give me till Monday and I'll check the meds for you. I live in Turkey. We have the same thing. No, please. I'm okay. I have decent insurance and whatever they don't cover, the VA will cover. I'm a veteran with help. I posted a show what these treatments cost. It's so crazy. Thank you though. You're a good person. But like every single post is people like, oh shit, dude, you must be fucked. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. If I didn't get this treatment, I won't die. I might lose vision, but I won't die. I can't imagine the stress if I needed the meds to live and they cost so much. Like I said, I'm lucky because I'm a veteran. So if my health insurance doesn't cover it all, the people of the US will. And for that, I'm thankful. Most people, even rich and famous, would just die, I guess. Free Luigi via jury nullification. Is there any copay program that you can enroll in? I'm going to work with insurance, and whatever they don't cover, the VA probably will. I'm very lucky to be a veteran that gets healthcare. Most Americans would just go blind or be in and it's like, what is the complaint here? I don't understand. Like, and again, it's because I don't simp for one side, but like if I was a simp, wouldn't it be something like, wow, guy needs $400,000 treatment, But because of the beauty of like private markets plus some social subsidies, the VA and his private health insurance can cover the entirety of his treatment. Like, it's just like, what is even the complaint here? There was a thing in my subreddit. Fuck. Does anybody know my subreddit? Somebody complained about an insurance thing recently too. Oh, fuck. I'm going to find it. Please don't say this fucker deleted it. Hold on. Why is it so much cheaper in Turkey? Because the pharmaceutical company probably sells it cheaper in Turkey. Here it is. Like, wife denied both life insurance and medical insurance coverage in the same week. A rant. Okay, well, that sounds pretty bad. I mean, they're just anecdotes, but whatever, you know, it could be bad. Could be bad shit. Just need to publicly rant the irony of my wife being denied life insurance and medical insurance coverage in the same week. She has been suffering from chronic nerve pain, and all other medical interventions have failed. They will not do any future surgeries. Physical therapy can't be done in this area. Common medications have no effect outside of just pounding opioids, which terrifies both of us. One final avenue was to try nerve-blocking shots to try and reset the nerve. At the moment, this is the only remaining medical avenue that has been presented to us outside of just doing opioids until death. She pretty much can't leave the bed without them. Today, our insurance denied this treatment as not medically necessary. I find this particularly ironic, as this week a life insurance provider also denied covering her completely because of her alarming weight loss, high-frequency trips to the ER, and prescription to Norco. First of all, life insurance. Why the fuck would life insurance cover somebody that's literally right about to die? That's not surprising at all, right? If you want life insurance, you should probably have it before then. But, okay. So apparently she's too sick for life insurance, but not sick enough for health insurance coverage. Excuse me. Now, I don't know what his medical bills were, but it sounds like you had a fuck ton of insurance coverage up until like the very last final possible intervention. It doesn't even sound like it's guaranteed, because it sounds like you've done multiple surgeries, because he's saying we'll not do any further surgery or future surgery. Maybe it was only one, plus other medical interventions. Like, what are you talking about? They might mean their life insurance canceled their policy because they found out she was sick. Oh, is that true? Or they might be able to do it. I guess it would depend on your policy, but. It says, I find this particularly ironic as this week a life insurance provider, he said a life insurance provider, not our life insurance provider, also denied covering her completely. It doesn't sound like this is a previous one, but it could have been, but. Okay, but it's still medically necessary, no? You can't cover every single possible medical intervention up until a person dies. You know that you understand that there's not enough resources in the system to do that, right? That's not possible. That you can't do that. Do you understand that? Question mark, other countries do it? No, they don't. No country does that. No, there is no country on the planet that covers every single medical intervention up to death with every single treatment. Like, that's not, no, there is no country that does that. I think a lot of people moralize healthcare. It's been unquestioned for so long. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Germany does? No, I don't think Germany does. Destiny, but this is an extremely sick person. Young people and people who don't need the intervention don't get all they need, but shouldn't an extremely sick person like this get it? It sounds cold and it sounds mean, but you're probably weighing like outcomes with potential medical intervention, right? Now I'm totally shooting in the dark here, but my guess is going to be that if they've already tried a bunch of medical interventions and they've all failed, then probably the chances are this one doesn't have the highest likelihood of success either, and it's probably going to be incredibly expensive and time consuming, and you just don't have the resources to allocate to this. You'd be better off allocating resources to other patients. It's probably how it goes, unfortunately, but the question, though, is the current U.S. system the best for determining medical necessity? I don't know. Probably not, but not for the reasons why you think it is. If anything, we probably over-determine it in that, like, people spend a lot of money on things that probably aren't even, especially for old people, especially for fucking old people. The real question is, why don't we have a house MD to diagnose this person? What would the reasons be? What would the reasons be for what? She literally had treatment, but wanted this other treatment, which is likely way more expensive. Well, hold on. To be clear, it sounds like the treatment that they are trying to do here, or want to do, is after everything else has failed, right? Do you think that America has the political will to do a public option? And what would some of your long-term goals be in the medical system? Does America have the political will to do a public option? I don't think we do, unfortunately. But remember, we tried this before, and conservatives killed it because of the term death panels. We couldn't do this. Destiny, yeah, but she has opiates. My dude, they're talking about like hospice. They're talking about opiating her until she dies. It sounds like she's like on a death run right here, is what it sounds like. Destiny, at this point, it was the opiates which they are scared of. Well, no, it's not. Wait, am I misreading this? I'm sorry, hold on. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I misread this a lot. At the moment, this is the only remaining medical avenue that has been presented to us outside of just doing opioids until death. She pretty much can't leave the bed without them. When I read that, I was just assuming that she was, that she was like in like hospice, she was like dying. For those interested, she's suffering from abdominal/bowel adhesion disease. I don't even know what this is. It's chronic pain. She's not dying. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Can you do opiates for chronic pain? I feel like, don't you build a resistance to that? I don't know. Where's KKMD? Doctor guy. Do you prescribe opiates for chronic pain? Can you take opiates for ever chronic pain? I don't ever need this. Is there like a suicidal version of Google, or like a non-murder, non-drug? Like, I don't ever want these things ever to pop up, okay? Increased opiate prescribing for back pain and other chronic musculoskeletal pain conditions has been accompanied by dramatic increase in prescription opioid addiction and fatal overdose. Okay, so they do prescribe it. Oof. Okay, well, damn. Oof, that sounds super scary. You're like building like a chemical addiction. You're getting like an emotional, psychological addiction. And you're getting like an alleviance from pain addiction. Whew. Okay, that sounds like the trifecta of horrible fucking... Damn. Are people not worried that people might get addicted to opioids? That seems like it'd be scary, you know? Okay. They are in pain, you dipshit. They don't have a pain management problem. They have a pain problem, okay? Isn't that the same with antidepressants? Just in a very layman's sense, I feel like antidepressants are a lot different than opiates because Antidepressants you can't like, I don't want to use the term get high because it's so reductive, but you don't get like an immediate feel-good boost from antidepressants, number one. Number two, they don't alleviate you from like a physical pain in the same sense that like a chronic pain sufferer might be alleviated from opioids. Do you have a physiological dependence on them? A little bit, maybe, I guess you kind of do, but opioids I feel like opioids would be scary. This is a feeling, I don't do downers, but I feel like opioids would be scary is because one, they make you feel good, depress your nervous system. Like this is just a good feeling. There's a reason why people abuse them. But then you also get relief from chronic pain, which I don't know why. I don't know the reason for it, but you like cannot acclimate to chronic pain. You just suffer forever. It's horrible. And then I'm pretty sure you build like a physiological dependence on opioids as well. Like your body builds a tolerance to it and everything else. So have you ever done opioids even once? No, I don't think I ever have actually, no. Destiny didn't know what opioids were used for 1 minute ago. No, I know what they're used for. I just didn't know they were used for chronic. That just seems scary to be on them for long term. I know from the short term, but.